Hello there. Hello. Welcome in. Hi. Yes. It is me, Churl, and we are back in the Bazaar, and we are going to do another ranked Vanessa run. I'm so close. I'm so close to gold. I'm so close to gold right now. I'm so close to making it out of silver one. A 10 piece here, I think we'll do it, but let's see. Oh, and a very good start. We are given the trebuchet as our first item. We're also offered some other things, but definitely going to take the trebuchet. They're offering us weapons, Finn's Big Bite, and an Invest Yourself. All very good offers. I'm going to take the Finn's Big Bite because 5 regen at this level is literally enough to like win some fights, and we'll see if the Pyro will drop a Cinder for our trebuchet. And with the second hit, the poor little Pyro is finished. And we got the Cinder. Very good. So now, ideally, we just want a small weapon, because it doesn't look like we're going to be handed a bronze, a medium size. We don't want a bronze skill, which is probably bad, or a haste item from the racetrack, a fishing rod, perhaps one of the worst haste items ever printed in the game. Haste, an aquatic item next to it for 2 seconds every 8 seconds. I mean, like, think about what like Dooley gets, right? Like a first Aiden. You know, a size 1 has an effect, goes more than twice as frequently, haste something, you know, to cause these triggers. It's actually insane. A revolver from Colt would probably be like our strongest pickup here. Pop Snappers is gonna have to do. We'll take a Pop Snappers. I don't need to re-roll on that one. That's great. It may not be an attack, but it will help our burn strategy, I guess. Actually, maybe that's an awful pickup. See, look at that. First Aiden going all the time, hasting, setting off their ignition core, healing them through our burn. Well, hopefully the trebuchet will be enough. Our 5 reinvig is mostly negating their core's burn. Our Pop Snappers is expended though. One more trebuchet hit. Gone the slow way. And their Uzi is out of shots. Well, they never really had a chance of killing us with the re-ingen. Thank you, Finn. I love Big Bites, highly recommended. We're still not level 2. Crit skills could be very good for us if we're going to be rocking a trebuchet. It's very nice when it crits. Your large items, when you use a large item, give your items next to it 4. Give all your items 4 crit chance, not very good. Your rightmost item has 5% crit chance. I guess that would work on him. On my trebuchet. The guy. Not a great one, but... Sharpening Stone, aquatic items, citrus, loot items. No cinders. Sharpening Stones is not that effective on the trebuchet. If I'm really all-inning on a strategy to make it go, I guess it at least is moving the dial. Fine, I'll take the Sharpening Stones. Skills, or maybe a medium item that can haste. Maybe we'll get a katana. A katana. That's good. So now we decide if we're going to put the Sharpening Stones on the katana, which goes very frequently. And the katana can probably stick around to help the trebuchet. While there might be potentially some combos that'll get the trebuchet firing faster than the katana. I don't think those are terribly likely, but I'm gonna go for the chance. I've been wanting to play with some more experimental builds, and it's often not that easy to make them run. Tensity Mayor, hopefully giving me one of his powerful abilities. Or do we think we could take on Boreor? You can almost never have a chance against Borear. Maybe with this. Maybe with this. How many hits would it actually take me to kill a Borear? He's got some defense. Like, you basically can't be Borear. 550 HP with a Tusked Helm that gets a few buffs here and there, or plus 15, so it's like 60. Oh, hi, Bob. Hi, my beloved cat. Hi, you've come up here to say hello to me. I love you. I love you. Please do not drink that. That is watercolor water. And you keep trying to drink it, and I really should dump it, but now's not the time. Bob. Meow, 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 meow. Borear, I think, is still out of our... I've been thinking about trying to make runs that are all about killing the NPCs, but I'm gonna have to take that out non-ranked, obviously. Because I think there's a lot of potential you can get from having a build that's designed to kill the Lich or something. I mean, you're still probably pretty strong, but the chance of getting some powerful abilities. The Lich's book is something I really want to play with. I got it once or twice in my first games when I was not playing ranked, but I've never gotten it since. Strange mushroom for an XP, a poison item, or a small item. I don't really want to replace anything on the team, so we will get that XP off the... Or will I take a skill here, a random skill? Random skills are not very reliable. Lick it. Boost your stats with tasty treats, and we could take the crit chance for the trebuchet. 10% crit chance on our only weapon. It will take some hoops to get there. I think it's worth going for. It definitely is a bit of a pain. Adjacent items permanently gain crit chance, and it permanently loses ammo. I guess if I get one of those bronze upgrades, I could upgrade it to effectively be a 10% crit chance on a trebuchet upgrade. They are a level above us, and they're a dually, and this is horrible. They're gonna go crazy. I guess they're not gonna go that crazy. We got more burn on them after one hit. Oh, we crit! We crit with our trebuchet there. What a great score. I don't know if we would have won that without it, but we won it with it, so... So we will level up here. Scraps, cinders are what I... Upgrade leftmost bronze. This is a rather unconventional play, obviously. You almost never see these treats upgraded. They permanently lose max ammo when they go, after all. But 20% crit chance on the trebuchet is a lot, actually. That's usually something you get from like a whole medium-sized item. Haste and charge skills. Haste and charge skills are some of the best. Especially when you have this guy who triggers when you haste. When you use a poison, charge one burn item. This is a burn item. First time you use a large item, haste adjacents. At the start of the battle, haste. First time you haste each fight, freeze. The potential with sick burn to really make the trebuchet go crazy. Though it already triggers on weapons and haste. I just don't know. But I guess that's kind of what makes it fun. Smile. Let's see. I'm gonna give my cat some of my clam chowder here. Let's see if he likes it. He's been looking at me with the pleading eyes. It's $12. That's kind of a lot at this stage in the game. Hasting an aquatic at the start is pretty strong if we end up with a good aquatic. Not always guaranteed. Hasting the first time it's used for 4 seconds is actually kind of nuts. 4 seconds is a long time, but it needs to be in my rightmost space for the crit chance Not that that's essential once we get the 20 from Super Syrup, but still. I'm gonna take Sick Burn because it's got the biggest possible upside. We are offered Flame Dancer, who has like some flame stuff, but we actually don't want too much flame stuff if we're gonna eventually be trying to boost the Trebuchet. So should I hold this for now? My Super Syrup? I don't really have a second guy to be boosting. I was gonna do the Pop Snappers because it's you know, a good item. Maybe we do the Katana. We say yes, Katana's gonna stick around. I know it hasn't been buffed in any way up to this point. Oh, we're lagging. We're having some connection issue here. You can tell because you can't open or close your chest when that's out. Yep. Yep. So we'll talk about the fight we're going into here. If we went for the Flame Dancer, he could give us a Flame Cutlass, which is pretty good. Connection. Send me to the menu. Send me to the menu, please. Okay, let us resume. Let us resume. So yeah, silver 1. We got 20 chests in the bank, which is pretty good. Hi, Bob. Hi, I love you. Hi, my beloved cat. Hi, I love you. He's not satisfied with a Scout Trooper could have something for us. I think they might have some ammo synergy things. I think we could probably take the Scout Trooper. We're pretty tough. They have like an Uzi, which would be pretty good for us. I don't know if we're gonna make it with the Super Syrup though. Let me check the player's handbook here. Good old How Bazaar. Monsters, Day 3, Scout Trooper, Gunpowder, Laser Pistol, Uzi, Bolas, Weak Point Detector, Grappling Hook. So they're going to slow me. That's pretty bad versus me. I would love to drop Gunner. They're going to be able to withstand a few hits. I think actually I want to fight the Rogue Scrapper because he's going to take a while. He won't kill me very fast. It'll let me get out more of my triggers of my Super Syrup. Maybe I shouldn't have even sold the sharpening stones. Let it take longer. This is taking a while. The shield's pretty effective against our burn. Now, I really like running something like Pop Snappers or Burn with Burn, because every burn you add over your other burn doesn't tick down faster. A gold medkit? I don't know. I rarely fight the Rogue Scrapper. I don't know what I would possibly do with such a thing. So we got three triggers off the Super Syrup. Okay. Silver tier skills or silver items. If we might get a level up if we hit an event, which I'd like to not have be a fishing rod on a team with no no aquatic items to haste. So these are at least weapons, which will activate the Trebuchet. A Switchblade will buff a Katana when the Katana goes. And a Shoe Blade has a slightly faster action. Neither one of them is great, but Shoe Blade hits twice as fast. Or not twice as fast, 1 second faster, and does a little bit more damage. A large item shop, which could be a trebuchet. This early, I don't think it's very likely that we'd get an upgrade to a trebuchet. The armory and eating contest don't particularly amaze me. We'll take a look. Probably what we're likely to see is a cove, which we did see, and a water wheel, which we also see. Now, I thought about the cove as simply an economy play here. It costs 6 to buy. Okay. We will sell the fishing rod, and if we buy the cove, it gains $3. Okay, it gains $1 every time we sell something. So we could sell the boots here, because if we're gonna end up with the water wheel, then we don't necessarily need, because the water wheel will take up this slot right here. Take up the slot with the super syrup and the pop snappers on the team currently, but I guess we're not gonna level up, so that would give us a lot more haste triggers with the trebuchet. I don't particularly like the giant Vanessa items that like have some kind of effect, like crow's nest or something, because they're large, right? And large is just very, very big. Takes up a lot of value. What I'm trying to do the math on is if buying a cove and then potentially selling it on the same turn is worth it. If you're going to sell more than 3 things after a copper cove, it actually is just pure money gain. 1, 2, 3. Once we level, I kind of want the switchblade around. I'm willing to give up the shoe blade. Buy the cove. Will I have enough money if I do that though? So I buy the cove for 6. Then I sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items. So that would be a net gain for the cove's value. I guess just selling the coins is going to do that, because it's still worth half its price. And then cha-ching, it goes up, cha-ching, it goes up, cha-ching, it goes up. Chum is never going to be on the team. These other things are questionable. So, do I actually want to buy a water wheel? I could give up my pop snap. Oh, why is pop snappers 4? Okay, is it always 4? Did I accidentally put cinders on it? I think it's always 4, I guess. Cove could also be on the squad for a second. I guess. Maybe, yeah. If there was a very small 1-drop thing, you could do a cove, water wheel, trebuchet with a switchblade or something. I don't know. The tiny cutlass, the small cutlass could go hard there, I guess. 12. 12. 12. It only hastes an item for 1 second. Its real effect is that it charges when you use adjacent items. So the katana will charge it every other second, and it'll go pretty fast. And that triggers the trebuchet. I guess it's fine. Here, I'll keep the coral. I'll pop a med kit onto the coral. Now it's a strong coral. I have to keep the syrup, of course. If I sold everything else, though, I could get there without selling the cove and keeping that economy going. And give up the pop snappers and this thing I just buffed, I guess. No, I won't have there. Yeah, the switchblade's worth 2. Okay. Give those up. I don't know if that's making me stronger than it would be otherwise, but potentially there's some potential with getting some very fast stuff going with the water wheel trebuchet katana. Alright, let's see. This is a very vulnerable to disruption kind of playstyle. Very large items, very easy to freeze. Well, not freeze so easy, because some freeze stuff does care about size. Namely, Dooley's ice. So once the katana gets hasted, if we can get more haste on the water wheel, it'd be stronger. But, you know, would we rather do that or use a smaller item that we feed haste buffs? So that was a pretty weak Dooley. Not really a real contest there. We are on a flawless 3-win streak so far, but that doesn't mean I think we're doing okay. Okay, cinders for the trebuchet. Oh, and I totally forgot we have that poison skill, so we should consider some poison. Items, crit skills. Crit skills? We might not really have the money for a crit skill, but we are trying to get there with the crit. Large items have 20% crit. You know it. That is exactly what we need to see. 20% crit on the trebuchet on one skill. That is like a strength of the large items. They often have really strong abilities tied with them. Like first times you use them and stuff, which should be pretty fast with a water wheel. If we got a buff on the water wheel, it could benefit from crit. Kina sells non-weapon items, monster loot, regen. Regen 4 is not nothing. Regen 4 is certainly not nothing. Non-weapon item could certainly be nothing. We hardly have any money. Monster Ranch, we couldn't get the good stuff. I'll take the regen here. Not a very common pick. So uncommon, the game is struggling to hand it to me. That's okay. Take your time. Take your time, game. Sorry, I have some clam chowder here. Game, please. Do I have to exit the main menu over some regen? They really didn't like that. Now, if I go... while I'm thinking about why I have all the time in the world to rethink it. If I really want that. The Monster Ranch low-tier items, which they would give me, I can get... what can I get? I could get 2 embers, I guess. And those would at least sell to buff the Cove. Smile. I could sell the Cove and get good tier Monster Ranch, but unlikely. Technovirus does not really interest us, I don't think. There is that thing that they do have the... Technovirus has this ability that destroys small items. They have a virus. It's an item that does it. It takes like too long, I think. It would be a poison that technically would charge our trebuchet. I think it has like a 12-second cooldown or something, so probably not that. The Blood Revolver has some Vanessa abilities and items that are okay. The Boiler Room Brawler has a chance to have the energy potion, which I would love to have. He also doesn't really do any damage and can't like beat us in a fight, so I'd be able to farm the super syrup pretty hard. So I'll just take the water wheel out, leave in just the things using it, and that should be more than enough to beat him. And he's gonna shield up here, so hopefully we can get our crit we want on the trebuchet and also the haste potion. I could have taken my trebuchet out of the right to reduce the odds of a crit. Trying to think about how to be nicer to the AI. So I think we're gonna get almost all of it out. 3 more charges. Come on, you can do it, Super Syrup. I believe in you. You got this. You can beat the sandstorm. Come on, come on, come on. One more. One more. We're only barely beating the AI here because we're keeping the shield down, but it's enough. We got it. We got it. That's all the syrup she's got. So 45% crit chance on the trebuchet. Day 4. Silver trebuchet. And we got the haste potion, baby. Yes. Yes. Okay, very lucky there. So the haste potion, well, it hastes and charges the trebuchet, but also hastes everything. So our whole board is going to be going crazy. Get a haste item from the racetrack or the mountain pass. I got to take the mountain pass. Just the chance of getting something really good on the escort, the convoy mission. Like here, the rocket trooper, he could drop his large weapon ability. Heavy weapons would be great for us. He could drop his crit chance ability. Great chance thing for us. The rocket boots, give an item haste. Permanently increase the haste our water wheel is going to give us. Or the energy potion. Probably the energy potion, honestly. Or the thing that give our energy potion ammo. Or a shadowed cloak. Shadow cloak's okay. Now, it's kind of now competing with the water wheel pretty hard, but alright. Upgrade a leftmost. Oh, this is going to be tough. So we could upgrade the trebuchet. Leveling up trebuchets aren't that hard to do. We are offered a gold. Okay, so the shadow cloak we got was gold. I didn't even realize that guy dropped the gold one. I guess he's a higher level than the guy you normally fight at this point. So, Water Wheel's probably out of the team, just simply because it's so large. And Shadow Cloak is going to be doing most of what it was going to do, which is go when the katana goes. It goes every time the katana goes. So now the katana's triggering the trebuchet twice, and it will keep itself hasted. The energy potion's going to be enough haste to get the trebuchet kind of going. An upgrade on the energy potion would put it to 6 seconds. An upgrade on the katana would be like 2 damage. An upgrade on the trebuchet is gonna make it do a lot more damage, which I think at this point we're on a 4-win victory so far. Let's see if we can make it a perfect one. I guess it's gonna be an easier one to upgrade. Like, we'll never be able to upgrade the energy potion, but we will be able to sell things that buff the amount of haste it gives. We desperately want a size 2 good weapon. A cutlass, perfectly good here. Cutlass is amazing. We could go absolute just dab on him and take the concealed dagger for an extra $1 off him. I think we're not gonna. The thing is, if you are so strong, you're running the stuff that scales you money or whatever, then you don't need the money. A cutlass is probably the best in slot that we'd be offered realistically. In fact, it might even be worth replacing the Shadow Cloak, the katana with it. The katana has gotten 20% crit jams, but that's crit on a fairly low effect item. A submarine. So we could potentially switch out the katana or the katana and the cutlass for a sub to be getting buffed by the Shadow Cloak. It would be benefiting from the crit chance upgrade, and the damage it would be getting boosted would trigger, would increase its defense as well. However, that's just simply not necessary, honestly. It is an aquatic item, so it would benefit from the occasional, this thing buffs aquatic stuff, like the beach ball, which takes aquatic items. That is honestly something to consider. I guess the water wheel's probably cut. I'd have to sell the cove anyway to get there. Subs usually underwhelm me. Being split between attack and defense, its quick movement time is very good. But we'll save our money. We'll probably be offered a number of subs if we change our mind later on. We also should consider some kind of poison effect or poison thing to charge our burn. I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be on our unit or on our cards, right? It could be like when you use a large item, poison with it. So a lot of damage from the poison, and the haste from the katana is getting us there with the trebuchet. Feels good. Feels good to win 4 in a row. Got to a bronze victory. Good. I'm glad. That's kind of the minimum I shoot for, to not lose rank, obviously. A poison item or an XP? We're going to take the XP. We have no reason to roll on the gacha for what's very often a very bad item. Just saying, it's just the truth. Weapons, probably, like, an upgrade to the colors of the katana isn't worth the money right now. We're going to sell the water wheel. We are going to take the chocolate bar event just to get more charge on the cove for when we sell it. I guess proper cove management is a very good way to build up your resources as Vanessa. You can usually have more money than like a pig would, honestly. Cove just comes so early. Flame Juggler has some burn item that's not very impressive. Mod Squad has a bunch of, like, I guess he has a first aid in with the dually item I'm always complaining about. Right? He's got first aid in, cooldown 3 seconds, heal 20, haste an item for 2 seconds. So, pretty quick little guy. Flame Juggler doesn't have any weapons. This is burn. He could give us a burn effect or a cinder, but that's not that impressive. Sabertooth? A fang is a weapon. He's got the shiny fang with the double hit. It's actually faster than a katana. It's actually faster than a katana, so those are actually a really good thing to go for if you're in our situation. They're already diamonds, so you can't upgrade them, but you also won't be offered upgrades for them or anything. Yeah, a diamond shiny fang is look. Ooh, so he's got an ability that reduces their cooldown by 30%. You can't get both, obviously, but I mean, like, you could in theory, right? But just the fang itself does a lot more damage. Okay, not the fang, but $6. Upgrade your leftmost silver again. We're offered that again, so you have to make that choice again. We're probably definitely gonna take that over the sharpening stone. Getting another 2 seconds of haste on the energy potion should see us through any scenario. Really, like, it should be lasting the whole fight. If we got an ability that gave it a second ammunition, then it definitely would last the whole fight. We're offered a temporary boost for the turn. We're obviously winning and doing quite well, but the prospect of a random aquatic item or a random medium item is not compelling. So taking a plus 25 damage on my katana and my cutlass is obviously insane. And we're offered the ammo skill shop, where hopefully we can find something to make our energy potion better. So when you crit reload, you can use an item with ammo, give it crit chance. When you use an item with ammo burn, those are cute. We're definitely going to take the ammo one, because we don't really need to reload it. We don't need to leave that up to chance. We just need it to go twice, and that'll be enough haste. If it needs more than that, then we've lost for some other reason. I'm sorry to do this to you, Vanessa. Nicholas J, I'm sure you're a great guy, but prepare for me at my best, because this is with a haste potion, man. He's got a big dog. They've got a big dog. They've got a big cannon, a nice little revolver. It's reloading that cannon. Well, sorry, you actually don't get to ever reload it. You got to use that one ammo. Didn't really the revolver fired once. The revolver fired once. It must have critted and reloaded, right? It couldn't have really only fired once. Our trebuchet, I only fired twice, but it went pretty fast. 150 HP or a skill. Now that's actually a pretty big question. Skills can completely fundamentally change your game. When there's something like you hasten, iron sharpens iron. Your leftmost weapon has +2 damage when you buy a weapon. This rarely equals a lot. This rarely equals much damage at all. It can certainly in the later game. It's most useful for buffing stuff that you can't easily buff. Things like the caltrops that one of the later bosses drops, which does damage when an enemy uses an item. It can be quite hard to get that damage through conventional means. It starts at 1, but having a big iron sharpens iron already there. We're not going to be spending our money rolling on weapons, probably. Your items have 3 crit chance. I'm gonna reroll here. It can definitely be duds with this guy, but another 20% crit chance on the trebuchet is not a dud. We will definitely take that. Ammo items. Some ammo items can be pretty fast. We'll work at the docks because it gives us money. What do I want to see here? Tools can be potentially quite powerful hasting, though I don't really need one. I kind of have my engine. Toolbox. Your other tools have their cooldowns reduced by 5%. This is what's her name? Stella. This is a Stella item. The Lich. The Lich. Buddy, I think I might just be hard enough. I think I might just be bad enough. So the Lich is gonna slow one of our... The Lich does poison to us when we use a non-weapon item. We only use weapons and then the energy potion. The energy potion is only going to go twice, and it's definitely worth it. I think we might be able to take the Lich. This is probably presumptuous. I don't really need anything from the other guys. The Trash Golem has some like ammo things. It has been a long time since I beat the Lich. I've failed to him a couple times. All right, Lich. Let's see. Am I tough? Am I as tough as I think I am? Am I going all the way? So he starts with a 5-second freeze on 2 of our items. That's part of his counter thing. I would love to just drop an icicle. Drop a gold icicle on the team. So we are hitting him pretty fast. He is stacking up poison. We're at 90 poison already. 95 poison. Oh, it's whenever he uses items. We might beat him! Yes! We did it! We did it! We killed the Lich! I killed the Lich! I killed the Lich! I'm fucking like Finn, man! Oh, I was so sure that was his tome. When I saw it flip around, he dropped the medium. I was so sure that was his book. Okay, feels good. Now I know what can kind of get me there. Cauldron, 4-second cooldown, poisons. It would trigger the trebuchet off that, but the Cutlass is going to trigger it more often. Still, feels good to have a treasure I stole off the Lich, $8. That's kind of a low roll for that guy, though. Could have had a 5-second freeze item. Okay, well, it's good to win, regardless. I'm going to actually throw this away. Screw that guy. I know where that cauldron's been. I don't need any cooking out of there. Cinders. Trebuchet. A medium item? We actually are, like, my items are pretty good. I know the katana only says deal 4 damage on it. It doesn't really need to say much more than that, because every time the katana goes, which is every second after the first time, because it's perma-hasted, not just from this, but from this, every second it charges this twice. So that makes this thing automatic. This will individually charge it every 4 seconds. So this is like a 4-second item that says deal 23 poison, 112 damage. And then this does some, and then this does some. We'd like this engine to be smaller than it is, obviously. It's a size 2. There's a, like, I would have loved that shiny fang. Get a non-weapon item, medium weapons, or the Bazaar con. So the Bazaar con has this lovely bait here. Get a diamond item from the Bazaar. Ooh, a diamond item. I've gotten so many chocolate. I've gotten so much chocolate, diamond coconuts for $12, which if you didn't know is horrible. The swag collector would give me 3 small items from the Bazaar. I'm kind of more inclined to take that. The XP from networking is great. The Arse Alley is such a bait. I've gotten diamond items off the swag collector. Lifting gloves, well, when I sell it, it'll do damage. So, I mean, it'll increase my weapon, so that's okay. The beta ray, I don't really have rays or that to work with. Cooling fan. So many items are dually items that specifically reference the core. It's actually crazy how many there are and how often they come up when you're other classes who can't interact with that mechanic in any way. I sure do love dually being in the game. When you get some other people's items, they're great, but... Weapons, free chocolate, or regen 7. I'm gonna take the regen 7. You know, actually, regen gets pretty bad about this point, and I think now's the point when chocolate starts popping off. I think at this point I want to take the chocolate. It's expensive, but I have $51, so I'll just buy the premium chocolate bars. It's not much HP, but it slightly is refunded on the Cove. Alright, Dooley. I just beat the Lich. So I don't know what your game's at, but I just beat the Lich. Now, I really wanted the Lich's book because it slows my cooldowns down, and that lets me use cooldown reducing items outside of combat for great effect. See, there's that first Aiden, healing 60, doing a ton of stuff. Why is my damage going up? Oh, the Shadow Cloak. So you got the Petrifying Gorgon's Gaze, but not enough. Not enough, Dooley. Stay unequivocally owned. Is this going to be a flawless? Maybe I'm getting too cocky. Usually happens when you defeat the Lich. You get pretty cocky. Slow skills or temporary damage armor that's not going to follow us into the next PvP fight. When you use a tool, first time fighters you use a tool each fight, slow a random item. We don't have tools. First time you use a large item each fight, slow one item for 5 seconds. That's great. That's great for us. This is very powerful slow. Gold items from Goldie. Those might be worth pivoting to. A gold item we could consider. I'm not sure what we'd really like to see here. Revolver goes fast. It only occupies 1 slot. It'll be going it won't be going quite as fast as the Shadow Cloak Katana, but there might be a rail in which case it'll go faster. The fact that it's gold doesn't really make a difference with it. A Clamora A Clamora is a great thing to keep in the pocket, because if we get slow buffs, we can stack that on a Clamora, and it can actually be pretty oppressive if you get the right things. Do I take the revolver? I don't... Does it go faster than the cutlass? Is a better question than the katana, because we know this is going pretty hard. It goes 3 seconds, fires once. This goes twice every 5 seconds. So while this is faster in triggers overall, this one gets the first trigger faster, and it takes half as many slots. So we could either potentially put something in there or whatever. This one doesn't trigger the trebuchet at all, so definitely not. When you use another aquatic item, charge this. This is those boots from before. When you use a haste, reload. No, I'd rather do way more damage than you every time I haste. That'd be my best option. Cinders, again. We're offered more cinders. So probably usually is going to be cinders. The thug fight. Absolutely, the thug fight. I can take the cutlass out, and I can put the revolver and the Clamora. It's a little slower, technically. The revolver is going to be firing slower. However, the Clamor on the team to throw out some slow is probably a worthy trade-off. Now, we'd love to see the thug items enemy cooldowns are increased, or no, not spices, not with a katana. We'd love to see the Thieves Guild medallion. Pretty much just that. The Junkyard Club would sell. I don't know if these other abilities he even offers. Man, a crit on the trebuchet is pretty awesome, and it's at 65% crit. Can I get another upgrade of that? An anchor. When deal damage equal to 20% of enemy's max health. When you use an adjacent item, this gains haste for 2 seconds. So this item is another shadowed cloak. And it deals damage. So if we were to replace this and put the anchor on the team, the anchor is going to get haste. Actually, we could even take the energy potion off, put the revolver here. When the revolver goes every 3 seconds, it will trigger the trebuchet, who will become hasted. Every time the katana goes, it'll become hasted. So this will go as often as the Shadow Cloak activates, and then it will also be getting triggered by the revolver. Or actually, the trebuchet next to the anchor is going to go even faster. Now, would I rather have the energy potion, which when it activates, it does trigger all this, and will also then keep these things hasted in perpetuity, or just the revolver? Because the haste potion is an amazing item, but it might actually be... Oh, the problem with this is we want this in our rightmost slot. So we'd want to go all the way over here. Yeah. Replace a gold haste potion. Do we need this on the team? Or do we need the Clamor on the team? I think it might depend on the matchup. Might depend on the matchup. Find any item in the Bazaar. Okay, this is worth paying for. And we can break the cove to keep... When you slow, charge this 3 seconds. This is double burn. A fiery lighthouse. Amazing. Great item. Love this item to death. This would obviously be one of the most insane pickups ever. It would have 40% crit chance from big numbers. It charges when poison items go off. When we slow, something goes off, but I don't know how am I gonna slow? If I could get a slow on the katana, and then when you go, you're not gonna trigger the trebuchet in any way. Man, I want you. I want to run you. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. That's going to hurt. That's going to haunt my dreams. When you slow charge the chem snail, it is a poison item, so it could trigger the trebuchet, but not particularly fast. Black pepper, charge the items immediately adjacent to it. It's not a weapon, and charge isn't haste. I mean, obviously, haste charge the trebuchet, so just a charge is kind of better. But it's kind of slow to go off, so no. It's actually also limited. I think it only works on food and tools. I actually can't remember. Pig's Gym. When you buy a weapon, this gains 20. You gain 20 max HP, and has an economy thing. I'm not gonna buy that many weapons. I'll be real with you. Gold subscraper. Nesting doll. Grenade. No. No. It's starting to really cost a lot of money in these rerolls. But there's honestly... I don't know what else I'd ever spend money on at this point in the game. When you get the item to the right of this, charge the item to the left of this 1 second. No. Okay, we'd have to break the... Haste the core. Haste the core. Well, I don't have a core. When you slow, haste a vehicle. Interesting. It's not a vehicle, despite how much fun it would be to ride a trebuchet. Am I selling the cove? Am I selling everything to roll again? Like, at this point, I can't afford a great thing if I saw it. I think we leave unbought, nothing from you. If I sold my... I mean, the anchor's probably sticking around. It charges as fast as the katana or the shadow cloak, and it's going to deal 20% damage to their max HP. So it's probably better than that. So I think the Cutlass is never making it back on the team. The Ice Ray really only had a chance when there was some off chance we were going to get one of the Ray items that is native to us. The revolver isn't going to go. I'm sorry. It's not going to go. We have enough money to make one more reroll, and we could sell the Cove if there's something we want to buy, but we won't sell the Cove just to roll. There's a feather. There's a feather for 2, which lowers our cooldown. So I'm feeling very lucky. Hey, I would pay like 40 gold for a cooldown reduction. Now, it is just a copper feather, so maybe I'd want more of a reduction than that, but we took it. Eating contest. I will take the free food from the eating contest, just to help get our money back in order on the Cove. I will sell the feather. Okay, so am I running the energy potion or the Clamora versus a dually? Versus a duel, the Clamora is still really weak. Later on, oh, this is not versus dually. This is versus frickin' Pygmalion. A Pygmalion might, a slow of 1 second on a dog might make the world of difference here. Though that 1 second we save is 1 second that the trebuchet won't crit because the energy potion didn't go off. So never mind. And that first time the trebuchet goes off is a slow of 5 seconds that might be hitting their dog. It looks like it's a medium item. No, it's a... They have an anchor too. Well, let's see whose anchor goes faster. You with your quick items or me with my... Yeah? Okay, ours went faster. And it hits for more, of course, because they're much higher HP. The trebuchet is still doing the vast majority of the work. But the anchor is also not an inconsiderable amount of damage. It doesn't charge, right? It just haste. It's perma-hasted, but... So it got up to like 40 seconds of... It got up to like 30 seconds of haste overall in that fight, which shows how fast the katana and the trebuchet are going. Haste items from Tox Clocks. Show me an enchanted haste item, buddy. No? Okay. Well, could have been cool. Orion, Paul... Paul could definitely sell me a trebuchet upgrade at this point. No, he sold me a Cove upgrade, which we're not going to take. There's no real benefit to Cove's silver, gold. You want a bronze one or a diamond one? At diamond, you get twice as much money, twice as much value on it whenever you sell anything. I mean, it could be possibly a defensive item for you, but it's much worse than the Pygmalion items that have a similar kind of synergy of selling and making it stronger. Alright, none of those for us, but we did get a level. Cinders. Poison. We're offered the give up HP for damage and crit chance. This 5% crit chance on the trebuchet is a lot. The 10 damage is almost nothing for us. Giving up 230 HP, I think I'm going to be the one doing more damage. I think I'm going to be the one doing more damage with or without that. So I'm not going to take it lest they somehow be putting me on an edge where I might lose. The Infernal Engine, I believe, has a trebuchet to sell me, to drop for me. I think it is even a golden one, which you'll only ever drop the item from an NPC fight or shop even, if it is the same level as the one that you currently have. So gold one here, gold one on our team. We'll hope we drop it. That would obviously be a huge upgrade for free. They've got some burn stuff going on. None of it would be at all useful for us, except for the trebuchet. Hopefully the game recognizes this. So we put a lot of burn on this guy, and our burn isn't that high. It's not like it's an enchanted burn light or anything. A jetpack, thrusters, adjacent items have their cooldowns reduced. Not usually worth it for something like 4%. While it does also have a burn effect, it's like, oh, it's 12% on the gold one, I guess. Small and medium items, don't need them. Shield and toughness items. So these can actually be like enchanted things. Like he could drop an enchanted katana, which would be about it for, like, here's an enchanted shielded ambergris. Has shield equal to triple the item's value. It does gain, I think it gains value faster than a normal ambergris. Oh, because it being shielded, it's worth double the value, right? So if I buy one, so every aquatic item I buy, it'll go up 2, maybe? I will take the skill shop every day. Skills are really what make Vanessa good, or at least good enough. First time you use a large item, poison 5, which is going to be pretty fast off the trebuchet, and it will poison, it'll trigger the trebuchet for a second. Or an inexorable. Your items have every time you start a fight, your items, you gain crit chance, basically, which is good. Obviously. However, that does it. If we already can get to like 100 crit chance or near 100 crit chance, it's not as important. We're also only have 3 more wins left to go. I mean, I know that's implying we're going to keep having a perfect streak, but it would only be like 4. When you start a fight, it increases. So I guess it's 6% in the first fight. I guess I would take 6% in the next fight. That's okay. Having 5 poison would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, maybe like 30 damage and a second of the trebuchet. Is that worth more than a crit? Every crit chance is worth like a 1%, right? So that's worth 2.9 burn and... No, it's worth even less than that. It's worth 0.29 burn and 1.2 damage per crit. I mean, it adds up and it increases, right? And getting to that 100% so you always hit it is pretty nice. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the poisonous opener. We're going to get poison, and then that also allows me to, if I get offered like the ability when you poison freeze or something, I'll be able to run that, because that one's good. Any of the when you X for the first time freeze is pretty good, because you can front load those and then survive a dangerous encounter. Like, here's a dually. He's going to trigger a ton of core usages, power up his combat core, but you should clear this one too, like all the others. Maybe not. Yeah, we got it. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. Still a few triggers. Free skill shop. That's exactly the guy we want to see. I love. Oh, and the dig site, so I could spend $1 billion rolling for nothing again. Well, okay, not nothing. There's the on poison freeze that they would have offered us just simply as a troll before, but now it's pretty sick. Snack time, 225 HP. Basically, we just want to get more resilient to our enemy doing something to us. Oh, the aquatic is the anchor is an aquatic item, so it can wear the aquatic buffs. Poison extract unfortunately does not work with the poison we have. Leftmost gains okay. I think we're honestly taking a 3% cooldown reduction for just the anchor. I mean, I'll put these other guys out. I think they get it whether they're out or not, but We do have a couple aquatic items. It's the only one of these offers that's any good. So, we are offered the Great Death Knight Reaper, the Pharaoh's Khan, and the Blood Reef Captain. Death Knight Reaper is a total pushover, if you're strong at all. Total pushover. He does percentage HP damage, which means you have enough time to kill him. Basically. Pretty much, that's just what it means. As long as you're not relying on trying to go really slow and let him hit you. Because if you let him hit you and you have, use small items and stuff. Because if you let him hit you, he's got the Vampiric Drain ability, which is when you use a weapon, freeze a smaller item for 2 seconds. Guess what is our weapon we use all the time? Trebuchet. So we'd love to get that one. We did not get it. We did get an upgrade to the Shadowed Cloak, which is completely irrelevant to us. The damage increase and the 4-second haste is not why we use it. We use it because it goes every time the katana goes. I guess it's pretty swag. I guess it's a cool drip. Non-weapon items, sells items, getting random item. I don't know what on Vanessa. Okay, he could sell. JJ could sell me a trebuchet. No. No. Thank you though. This guy gets stronger on haste. That's not nearly as cool as hitting a bunch of times with a ton of burn on haste. Small items, medium items. I mean, like, I do not need an upgrade to my katana. I don't. Give me a small non-weapon item. Maybe you're a one in a miracle. A catfish. Well, it is poison. It could do something there. I guess I should have considered that. We get an upgrade of anything. I think the upgrade here, a lot of our trebuchet damage is not coming from the trebuchet part itself, but is coming rather from the burn and the critting of the burn. Upgrading the anchor would let it do 10% more damage to our opponent when we hit them. That's probably not as much as a trebuchet upgrade is going to get us. And it's not like the anchor upgrade is impossible. Yeah, it's an extra, like, 8 burn or something, an extra like 100 damage. Dually, I don't often feel bad for your kind, but today you have my sympathy because I am on the run. Come on. What have you got for me? He's got some cool abilities. He has the Winnie Poisons lower your damage. That could be really bad for us. We're going to be mostly relying on the burn. He's already put 100 poison. We've already put 200 burn. Boom. Buddy, you're strong. They got my trebuchet down to 30 damage. 30 damage. They had reduced it from 220 to 30 damage. That upgrade made a big difference, I think. That upgrade on trebuchet. That is such a brutal combo when he gets the Monitor Lizard and the lowers their damage. I find though, since I build my deck specifically around fighting that kind of guy, it generally doesn't stop me, but it has been a problem. Okay, a connection issue. Yeah. Don't show me this 2-win, 3-win kind of stuff. I know I've gotten... This is a perfect run, man. I mean, I'm being cocky here, but I think I just might have it. Obviously, a trebuchet into an early katana is pretty much golden. But I feel like I've piloted it well. This is like the exact opposite of the type of builds I've been trying to run. JJ. Dock lines. Everybody knows dock lines is cool, but sniper rifle, yeah, right, buddy. Pole? You sell large items. I don't even know any new large items. You know what? I guess I'll relax. I'll take it easy. I'll take a nap on the hammock. I don't need nothing. Just so I can dab on Lord of the Waste even harder. Lord of the Waste, can you give me your lamp so I can wish for 9 prestige and have a 29 prestige victory here? For the large weapon buff. Please and thank you. What are you gonna give me? You're gonna give me your carpet. When you crit, this gains 24 damage for the fight. Crit chance 35%. I mean, I crit all the time. It would be pretty cool, but I just don't need it. We will continue to take cinders at every opportunity. Now, I should be waiting to sell some of this stuff. Magic Carpet, 35%. Whenever you crit, this gains 24 damage. That's... Critting can go pretty often, and critting isn't tied to only weapons like some of the... I guess it doesn't work with the hasted ones. I don't know. It's okay. Sells diamond tier items. Lux. There aren't really any diamond tier items you could possibly... Radiant Astrolabe. When you use another non-weapon item, haste it for 3 seconds. 6-second cooldown. So it would trigger on the energy potion. If I put out a Clamora at the same time as it. If I put out a Clamora at the same time as it, then it would go fast. Then it would hit when that hit. I guess there is a potentially a build where a Radiant Astrolabe. Well, the Radiant part is like not really worth paying for. Could maybe scale us faster than the katana triggering things. In fact, there's like a ton of worlds where that happens. I don't think we're going to be able to collect the pieces before we win in 2 hours or in literally the next encounter. So I might regret rolling that, but Cannonade. Whenever you use a weapon, deal 100 damage. It'd be very interesting to try to rock a katana into this. I could pop the energy potion out and the anchor and just say, go katana, do the 113 damage every time you swing that I know you want to. It doesn't get crit chance though. These non-usable but just activated things don't get crit chance. No, we'll hold on to our money. We'll hold on to our cove. Thanks for the offers though. A skill or 12 regen? I'll take a freaking 12 regen skill. When you use your rightmost item, slow an item for 2 seconds. Slow and steady. When you slow, your weapons gain 6 damage per fight. The first time you use the part. Or big numbers 2 get plus 40% crit on the freaking trebuchet. And now we see why I didn't. Wait, did it? What? It was already at 40. Bug? They sold me a second big numbers. And unlike sometimes when you get a second of a skill, this didn't stack. So I guess I cry with my only 65% crit treb. Ooh. Report. Can't go by with that. If we lose, at least now we have something to blame for it. Maybe I take it out, put it back. Nope. Alright. F9 dually. That's about right, I think. Ugh. Ugh. Monitor Lizard, Companion Core. They've got some freeze stuff going on. They froze my haste potion before it went off. You gotta be kidding me here. Let me get off, please. I cannot lose to a dually right now on my run. You froze my trebuchet right at the last second. I hate you! Dually! Yeah. 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 Alright. Alright, buddy. I think I should have subbed in the Clamora over the haste potion there, because the Clamora would have gone off right at the start. Though we haven't been offered any upgrades to our Clamora. Well, that's fine. We're still good. We're still doing fine. I totally won't run into like 2 insane dualies right away. I guess we'll possibly see an upgraded item in Kev's armory shop. Upgraded kelp, not what we want to see. Here we go, Curio. Curio's gonna give us some upgrades. When you sell this, your leftmost slow item gains +1 slow. We will be throwing those all on the Clamora without a second thought. Anything in the shop that costs 2 is actually kind of free for us. Because we, well, if it costs 2 and sells for 1, because then we get our charge on the co. Basically, anything useful at this point we will be buying to buy, sell. And a salamander pup and a clockwork. So that's acceptable. We got some damage off it. We got some burn. We got some cooldown. There were things we would have liked to have seen a bit more, but we got what we wanted. That guy, maybe. Yeah, do we need the haste potion? Like, this doesn't stay hasted, but it doesn't really rely on haste. It relies on triggers. Void Golem, Trash Titan, Boss Harrow. The Void Golem destroys something when you start the fight with him, so if he destroys our Trebuchet, we're kind of in trouble. Anything else we'd probably be okay with. Also, we don't really need his drops. I don't really need any of these guys' stuff. I think this guy has some damage buffs. Let me frickin' pull out the Bazaar. I really should memorize the day 10 ones. At least the lower tier day 10 ones, because you see them so many times. They come up over and over again. Yeah, 9 weapon item is used. Slow it. I mean, I don't think we even can drop that one, but Trash Titan doesn't have anything. We use a small item, charge a large item for 1 second. Your large, I don't know if I've ever gotten heavy weaponry off him, but it's technically on there. I mean, it's one of his. I don't know if it's on his drop table. Yeah, you know what? We don't need the haste potion, really. Hasting the trebuchet isn't really worth much. A emerald? Yeah, no thanks. Your aquatic items, poison, sharpening stone, income, XP. I'll take the sharpening stones, I guess. We will take a haste skill. Even over 325 HP, which is a lot. When you use your leftmost item, haste an item for 1 second. So that's insane. The first 5 times you crit each fight, charge an item. We'll be taking the lefty Lucy, and we'll be trying to figure out a way to make our leftmost item our katana, which probably means cutting Shadow Cloak, which it does do a haste trigger every time we use our katana. If you have less health than your opponent, your items gain 50% crit chance. Well, if they are the first burn you do each fight freeze 5 seconds? Yes. Okay. Give me that. Give me that. Okay. Trebuchet in the left column. Sharpening stone. Sharpening stone. If we put the katana in the far left, right, it's going to trigger Lefty Lucy. We will take our Shadow Cloak out of there. And so, with that out, we'll no longer be guaranteeing the katanas in perma-haste, and we definitely want the katana to be in perma-haste. I don't really have another thing for this slot. Is Clamora worth more than putting a Shadow Cloak on a... We want the anchor to get charged fast. I guess it's... Okay, so the anchor's going to be perma-hasted anyway. It doesn't necessarily need to... No, but we want it to go multiple times, right? We want it to go as fast as possible. Wait, yeah. So I think I specifically tested this my very last run where I was like, if you put the cloak, will it let the katana trigger it? And it wasn't seeming to trigger it. Now, that might have just been a visual thing, and it might have actually been triggering it. But I think it legitimately wasn't. So I could... Shadow Cloak goes every time it goes. It basically is lefty-loosey, but it also boosts damage. I guess I could throw the Shielded Ambergris out here. Slap a scrap upgrade on it. They'll be shaking their heads. What the hell is this thing doing here? It would be taking haste triggers from the katana, but I guess it's not the end of the build. It might take too long to get going. Oh, okay, we'll put the trebuchet in the farthest left. The treb in the farthest left. It will no longer be triggering the anchor every time it goes, but the anchor can get triggers from the Clamora at the very start of the fight, which will get it going. I mean, it will still be hasting whenever it goes, just like it would have been on the anchor, but now it'll be out a little bit faster. I think I'd like to replace the Shadow Cloak if I lose here. Still, I should still win, right? Like, right? Right? Please tell me I'll win. Please tell me I'll win. Please. Please. Little Johnny, the dually. He's got a lot of abilities. What the hell is that ability? When you have regeneration equal, you have regeneration equal to the burn on your enemy on a burn dually. We froze their core. That's huge for us. That's amazing. So it's triggering pretty fast. Pretty fast. They have hundreds of regen. I need the anchor to go off. The anchor went off. Okay. We just we tied them. We tied them with a run like that. We tied them with a run like that. I mean, they were on a good run. They had a crit missile launcher or whatever, but we get there. We get a gold. One away from perfect. One away from... Does that get me... Did that get me to gold? 3 chests. 3 chests. Show me the ranking. I did it! I made it to whatever this is. Whatever this is. It sure looks fancy. It sure looks fancy, doesn't it? I don't even know what they're called, but I freaking made it there, man. Let's go. Let's go. I'm the best in the world. Probably. There probably isn't a higher rank. Ignore any sort of higher rank. I freaking made it. I freaking made it, bro. Alright, this one's going up on the YouTube. Like, follow, and subscribe.